Hey guys, this is Big Black with Big Black Barbecue, and I'm back with the second video of this Landmann wood pellet grill. And I have to say, it is looking pretty nice. Really nice. Total time to actually put this thing together was about 4 hours. I ran into some problems I'm about to disclose with y'all so you don't run into the same problems I did. But I'm just right now giving you a look at everything as far as the hopper and everything like that. Has that nice little pit boss like color. I will explain that in a minute. Here's a serving tray and hooks actually. It has actually vents in the back. It does not have a chimney. I'm actually kind of interested about how that's supposed to work without a chimney, but when you open up, this is nice. You got actually two cooling racks, and you have a large grill space. I'm gonna take this out so y'all can see what I'm talking about. But oh man, look at that. That is a lot of grill space. And it has the holders for both sides. The cooling racks or the wiring racks if you want to put something else on it. There is also this thing here. If I can actually hold my phone and put this up. It's kind of hard to, but it actually, well, there it is. It actually holds. It's actually like an extra rack. It actually comes out. It's actually quite nice. It's a little bit of what's name. It still has a little oil and everything that needs to be worked out, but that's that. There's your temperature gauge and plugs in. Here's where your probe goes, and here's where you push for your meat temperature. Of course, you have a window for your hopper where all your wood pellets go. Right there, if you can see in between that metal piece, is your temperature control, so you don't burn or overdo your smoke or anything like that. I'm gonna take these out here. Just bear with me for a second. This is your grease trap, and your grease trap runs all the way down here to the corner. I don't know if y'all can see that really well over there, but there's a little hole right there that comes out right here, and this is where your grease catches into this bucket. On the back side of this, you have your hopper door, and you also have where your hopper shoot. So if you want to empty your wood pellets, let's just say you're using a certain type of wood pellets and you want to switch to something else, this is where you will take them out at. Lifting this up, grease trap up, moving this out of the way. You have your flame guard. And of course, when you move your flame guard out the way, you have where all your pellets and your little fire pit goes. And this is about it. Now, the thing that was hard about putting this together was basically the legs. As you can see, I have 14 right here and I have 15 right here. When I first started this, I thought 15 went on both sides and then 14 went on both sides. That's how the paperwork showed you. But in all actuality, you have 15. It's actually diagonal. So you have 15 in the front, 15 in the back on that side, 14 in the back on that side, and 14 in the front on this side. That's how that's supposed to work, because you're supposed to put this tray, which is also a nice addition. It's supposed to hook in, and it won't hook in right if you do not put those legs right. Now, for this first initial setup, well, before I get to that, let me explain this. This piece right here they gave you, this wrench, it's pretty much useless. I'm not gonna lie to you. The only thing I actually used it for was for the hook the wheels on, which the wheels are also a nice addition if you look closely. But that was all it was used for. You're going to need a Phillips screwdriver, and you're also going to need a 7x32 socket wrench just to put a little tension on your nuts and bolts. Besides that, I mean, it looks pretty nice. I'm about to do an initial burn, our initial test run, and then an initial burn. Because if you look here, you always want to do an initial burn when you get a new grill, no matter what type of grill it is, especially an electric one. Because if you see here, this is completely white. This is all the mechanical oil that I was able to wipe off. You do not want that in your food. So that's why you always do an initial burn. You do not want any mechanical oil. But yeah, I'm going to get started here. I'm going to load this up with pellets. And we're going to see the fire. I guess with pellets going here. And we're gonna see it fill up. Okay guys, I'm back. I just now filled this up with wood pellets. As you can see, make sure you're using barbecue wood pellets. I cannot stress that enough. If you use any type of other pellets, you're gonna have a bad time. I guarantee you that. The flame the flame will rise up. I've seen it happen before on a couple of other videos. Just make sure you're using barbecue pellets, and they come in all different types: hickory, mesquite, cherry, oak, peach, pecan. Just make sure you're using them. Now, this first initial setup, it tells us to turn this all the way to high. As you can hear, you hear that jet fan going. That's what you want to hear. That's a good sign. That means the fan is actually running. I don't know if you can hear me that well, but that's exactly what you're supposed to hear. That means that it's actually working. If you can see down here, that is actually turning. So that means that there is wood pellets coming down there. There should be wood pellets coming down there. We're going to wait a second here, and we're going to make sure that the wood pellets actually drop into this thing right here. It may take a minute, but I'm actually liking what I'm hearing. That means that you're actually getting some work done. It is moving rather slow. I guess it's because it's the first initial setup and their pellets have not been filled up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back when I actually start to see wood pellets inside. Okay guys, I'm back. As you can see, it took a little around 3 minutes, but it's starting to fill with wood pellets now. So what we're going to do is that we're going to put everything back together, flame tray and all that. I'll do that in just a second. And we're going to do an initial burn, just to basically get all the mechanical oil that comes with new products. Basically an initial setup. A lot of things I want to touch base with is that I didn't mention the serving tray. The serving tray does not lock down. It's just there. You can peel it off, pull it in. Also, be careful with where you set this thing up at. As you can see, I got a few scratches here from actually setting it on a hardwood floor when I was actually installing it. But I guess those will rub out with a nice towel or something like that. Like I said, the probe is down here. It has a little thing right here. You can actually buy the probe at Sam's Club also online. It's about $15, and then there's your meat thing. As you can see, I'm actually filled with pellets for a burn. We're going to do an initial burn for 2 hours. That should be enough time to get all that residue and all that mechanical oil out. But yeah, so far I'm liking it. I also have the attachments for like meat hooks and stuff like that, whatever you want to put on them. But yeah, so I'll get back with you when I start this initial burn. I gotta put everything back in here. But yeah, we'll start it up and we'll see. Okay guys, I'm back. It's been about roughly 5 minutes or so, but as you can see, I don't know if you can see like I am, I'm getting some smoke, so that is a pretty good sign. That means it's working. The wood pellets I'm using is actually the Pit Boss competition ones with the hickory, maple, and apple blend. And right now, I was literally inside the house. It came outside and it can just smell the smoke. It is amazing. But starting our initial burn, all we had to do was once we got wood pellets inside, we just turned the smoke to where we could start seeing the smoke going and going and going. And what we're going to do here, if you can see this, I'm just letting you see all the degrees. We're going to turn this to 250, which is right here. And we're going to let this heat up for 250, and we're going to let it run for 2 hours. That should be enough time for all the initial mechanical oil and all the residue and everything from being a manufacturer to burn off. And once that's done, you're good to go. But I'm right now, my initial, without cooking on it yet, is I'm impressed. I mean, it's nice, and like I said, it was only for $300. You can hear that noise. That's the fan from the hopper and the argulator pushing the wood pellets and actually burning them. But it is giving off a nice smoke smell, and I love it. The only thing I would do afterwards is after your initial burn, because your first initial burn, when it's burning all that mechanical oil, some of your smoke might be black. After that, when you first start using it to actually cook on it, I'll actually see what your smoke comes out like. If your smoke comes out clear, and if your smoke comes out a little white, then that's a good sign. That means that all the initial oil is burnt off. But yeah, we're gonna sit here and let this run. But yeah, I'm pretty impressed. It is not that big. It wasn't that heavy. Once you put all the pieces together, and you were able to roll it around, it made it a lot easier to bring it outside, bring it inside in your garage if that's what you want to do. But yeah, here it is. This is the Landmann from Sam's Club that everybody's been wondering about. I decided to make a video on it because nobody has this, evidently. Few people have it, and they just gave reviews. They didn't really show any pictures or anything like that. I looked at Reddit and YouTube, and nobody has this. But guys, just like and subscribe, and tell me what you want me to cook on here. You know, I cook anything, to be honest with you. I am going to start this is actually the start of my YouTube channel. What I plan to do is just buy different seasonings. There's a lot of seasonings online, barbecue seasonings online, that nobody has actually reviewed or used. If you have some that you want me to buy and use, you know, let me know, and I'll give you a review on it. You know, I don't mind being a guinea pig for you before you spend your money. But yeah, just like and comment and subscribe in the video. But thanks, guys. I appreciate your time.